My name is Daniel Miller, though my friends have always called me Dan. I've circled the sun 50 times now. My wife, Isabella, and I have built a life together over the last 2 decades, a tapestry woven from shared dreams and quiet compromises. We have 2 kids who are the anchors of my world. Our 15-year-old son, Leo, is this thoughtful, introspective young man who seems to mature in sudden, quiet leaps that leave me scrambling to catch up. Then there's our daughter, Chloe, 10 years old and still living in that beautiful golden age where she believes her dad can pluck the moon from the sky if she asks nicely. That morning was a carbon copy of the others since Isabella had been gone. A controlled chaos. Leo was hypnotized by his phone, his thumb scrolling through a silent, endless stream of someone else's life. Chloe was conducting a meticulous archaeological dig in her oatmeal, and I was mainlining coffee, the bitter liquid feeling less like a beverage and more like a fuel that kept my very soul from sputtering out. Isabella had flown out to the capital 3 days prior for a major economic summit. Her schedule had her staying a full week, a stretch that felt longer than usual. The house already had a hollow echo to it, a silence that was louder than any noise. I love my wife with a fierce, steady love. And in that moment, watching Chloe's spoon make lazy, sad circles in her bowl, the idea struck me like a physical blow. "What if we went to her?" I said, the words out before I could second-guess them. Chloe's head snapped up, her eyes wide. "For real? We just fly to Mom?" I nodded, a grin spreading across my face. "Can you picture her face? A knock on the hotel door, and there we are, all of us, out of the blue?" Even Leo looked up from his screen, a flicker of interest breaking through his teenage reserve. "That would be pretty epic," he conceded, which, from him, was the equivalent of a standing ovation.
I moved fast, caught in the riptide of my own plan. A quick call to work to claim a family emergency, a flurry of emails to the kids' schools, and just like that, 3 tickets to the capital were booked. The whole time I pictured Isabella's face, the shock, the joyful tears, the way her eyes crinkle at the corners. We were long overdue for a moment of pure, unscripted family magic. I tried calling her. It went straight to voicemail, which was odd but not unheard of. She was probably in back-to-back sessions, her phone silenced. I sent a text instead. "Miss you like crazy. The kids are asking when you're coming home. We all love you." No reply. The little bubble on the screen remained stubbornly empty. That night, after tucking the kids into their unfamiliar hotel beds, I tried her number again. Nothing. A low-grade anxiety began to hum in my veins, but I shoved it down. This was a high-stakes summit, I reasoned. She's one of the top strategic consultants in her field, a razor-sharp mind in a designer pantsuit and killer heels. She was in her element. "Dad, do you think Mom will cry happy tears when she sees us?" Chloe mumbled, her voice thick with sleep as she clutched her worn teddy bear. "Maybe, sweetheart," I said, kissing her forehead. "This will be the best surprise ever." I had no idea how wrong I was. The real surprise wasn't waiting behind a hotel room door. It had been living a separate, secret life right alongside ours. We arrived at the Meridian, a towering glass and steel hotel in the capital where Isabella's company always booked her. Stepping into the vast lobby with its cool marble floors and artfully soft lighting, I felt a momentary sense of calm. This was her world. Efficient, luxurious, and impersonal. It suited her. I approached the front desk. A young clerk with a perfectly practiced smile greeted me. "Good evening, sir. How can I assist you?" I worked to keep my voice even. "Hello. I'd like to check us in. And could you tell me which room my wife, Isabella Miller, is staying in?" Her fingers danced across the keyboard with practiced efficiency. A moment later, she looked up. "Yes, Isabella Miller is registered. She's in suite 1014. And your reservation is for 1032, so you'll be on the same floor. A wave of relief washed over me. I asked if she could connect me to Isabella's room, but a minute later, the clerk's polite smile tightened into something more cautious. "I'm sorry, sir, but that suite is registered for 2 guests. The booking is for 2. The words seemed to hang in the air, refusing to make sense. 2? The thought echoed in the suddenly hollow space of my mind, my hands clenched at my sides, fingernails digging into my palms. Maybe a colleague, I reasoned with myself, a desperate, flimsy shield against the doubt now roaring to life inside me. Cost-saving measure? I completed our check-in, the 2 keycards feeling flimsy and insignificant in my hand. Leo and Chloe were waiting on a plush lobby sofa, their faces lit with the giddy anticipation of the surprise to come. I had to know. Now. Steering the kids toward our room with a promise to be right back, I made my way down the long, hushed corridor to room 1014. The hallway was bathed in the muted glow of overhead fixtures, the thick carpet swallowing all sound, amplifying the frantic drum of my own heart. My hand trembled as I raised it to knock. No answer. I knocked again, sharper this time, my eyes scanning the empty hall. And that's when I heard it. A low murmur of a voice, followed by a soft, unfamiliar laugh. It wasn't Isabella's. The sound was all wrong. I pulled out my phone and dialed her number, my eyes fixed on the door. "I'm outside your room. Open the door, please." As if on cue, the door swung inward. And there she was. Isabella, wrapped in a hotel bathrobe, her hair disheveled, falling around her shoulders in a way that was both intimate and utterly alien. Her face was a canvas of pure shock, with a faint, chilling trace of fear lurking in her eyes. "Dan, what are you doing here?" Her voice was a whisper, strained. I could hear a subtle undercurrent of annoyance, as if I were an inconvenient disruption. "We came to surprise you," I managed, my own voice tight. "The kids were so excited." Her expression shifted the moment I mentioned the children, a flicker of something, guilt maybe, darkening her features. She dropped her gaze, and that's when I saw it. A second pair of shoes, men's dress shoes, placed neatly by the small table. An unfamiliar shape moved in the dimness of the room behind her. I couldn't make out a face, but I didn't need to. The way her shoulders slumped, the defensive way she positioned her body in the doorway, it all formed a picture so clear and so devastating that it stole the air from my lungs. Chloe, who had peeked out from our room down the hall, came darting forward. "Mommy!" she squealed. I caught her just in time, pulling her back into the shield of my body. Leo stood frozen in our doorway, his eyes fixed on the intricate pattern of the carpet, his jaw clenched. A heavy, suffocating silence descended, thick enough to taste. Isabella finally met my gaze, and in her eyes I saw no love, no warmth, only a profound, exhausted shame and a distance that felt like a chasm. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. The words meant only for me. I didn't know how to tell you. I just nodded. The simple motion required Herculean effort. I took my children's hands and turned, leading them back down the corridor, where the once soft lighting now felt harsh and interrogating, and the silence had turned to ice.
Hey, if you're finding this story resonates, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button on the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you these kinds of narratives. And you know, situations like this are never black and white. What's your take on what drives someone to a moment like this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.